How I Met My Husband. How I Met My Husband. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna Brianne. Well, I try to cover a wide range of topics, and I thought, well, this is a great topic to talk about. How I met my husband. I met my husband about 30 years ago when his plane broke down when he was en route to somewhere else, and it broke down in California. Well, that particular day, that particular morning, I woke up and I knew I was absolutely going to meet my husband that day. I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know who he was, but I felt this overwhelming, powerful feeling of a man standing around me. His soul was standing around me. See, I'm a firm believer that souls are just more than, inside of our body. I believe that we can often feel other people's souls, even from clear across the world. That's just my viewpoint and my feeling. And so that day, I just had this overwhelming feeling that I was going to meet my husband that day. So when I got up, I went to the gym, and I didn't meet a husband there, and I could just feel the presence of this person standing around me. I remember it was called Del Taco, and I ordered some burritos, I think, and there were three young, handsome men standing near me, but I knew none of them were it. So by midday, I kind of thought, you know what, I might be a little bit off center to believe this, and I must just be fooling myself, because I hadn't felt it that way the day before or anything like that. And I knew when I went into work on a Saturday night, I wasn't going to meet anybody. So I scheduled a date for as soon as I got off work. And I figured I'd leave work early. And I almost didn't go into work that night. I was going to call in sick, which I never, ever did or do. But but then I changed my mind and said, nope, I don't do that. So I'm going to not go. I will go into work. So fortunately, I did go into work, and my life changed forever. And so basically what happened is I went into work, and I was getting ready to leave, and in walks this most handsome man. And I knew right away that that was my husband. We must have only talked for a few minutes, and somehow he got my telephone number, and I went on to my date I had that night. The next morning, he woke me up out of bed at 7 o'clock in the morning, and he said, "Good morning. Do you know that you're going to be my wife?" And I said, "Yes, I know, but please call me back in 3 hours. I'm sleeping." And he called me back at 3 hours. We talked for like 3 hours, but then I had a date with someone else, the same guy that I had with the night before, but it wasn't anything serious. And so I couldn't get together with him that day. And he said, "Well, I don't know how long I'm going to be here." I said, "Well, if you're still here tomorrow morning, we'll get together and we'll meet and we'll go to the gym. I'll take you to the gym." And so I picked him up because his plane was broken and he was kind of stranded there in a hotel. And I picked him up. We went to the gym. We worked out. He brought me a cup, which I still have today, that had Christmas flowers in it because it was Christmas time, almost Christmas time. And I knew right away. And I mean, we talked, and he said, "I know you're going to be my wife." And I said, "I know that. I just had this feeling that I was going to meet you yesterday or the day before." And we spent the next 3 days together, just going to movies and walking on the beach and things like that. And then he had to leave. He left for clear across the world. And then, this is back before email. We wrote, he called me a few times, but it was very expensive back then. And I remember he called me from Ireland on Christmas morning. How magical is that? And he said, "Someday you and I will come to Ireland, to this spot together." And we did. We did many years later. And he fulfilled his promise. And long story short, we wrote back and forth these long, wonderful letters, which I still have today. And he said then, "I'm coming back." It was like 30 days he'd been gone. He said, "I'm coming back, and I'm coming to California to spend 3 weeks with you." And I was panicked. I was like, "Oh my gosh, 3 weeks. I don't want to run it." And need I say, he came back for 3 weeks. He rented a car. We drove everywhere. We drove all over the state, the other states. We had a wonderful, amazing time. And we spent 3 weeks every day together, every single day. And so, you know, if you can spend 3 weeks in a car together, you're right for each other, in my opinion. And so he had to go back to his home across country. And so I told him, I said, I will come as soon as I can. I'd already moved into my uncle's house, who had a big house that I was watching over because he traveled a lot. And so all my furniture and everything was in storage. So it was perfect for me. I had to let my job know that I was leaving, but I kind of told them I'm not sure how long I'll be gone. And so I did. I got on that plane, never having been to that town before, only knowing this man from really those 3 weeks and a little bit more than that. And I went. And I was really taking the biggest chance of my life, or one of the biggest chances of my life. And I'm not suggesting anyone do that. I'm just saying this is my journey and my story. And so I stepped off the plane into a town that I'd never been to before and began a new life with this man. And within probably 6 months, we were married, or a little bit more than that. We were married, and that was right around 30 years ago. We've traveled the world. We have 3 beautiful children. Our life has been truly, truly amazing and magical. And some bumps in the road, I'll not deny that. But I have to say, before I met my husband, I was living my best life. I was being all that I could be in every area of my life. I wasn't sitting around going, oh, I want to get married and I'm so hungry for love and all that. No, I believe that love kind of runs away from us when we're hungry and desperate for it. So I was busy building my own best life, being my own best person, whether I was forever single, married, or anything else. I was happy. And I think that's the key to finding love, or letting love find you. We really don't find love. Love kind of finds us. I think it's divinely orchestrated, divine timing, divine connections, just divine everything. And so for me, that's the way it was. So that was how I met my husband. I hope you like, share, subscribe to both of my channels, Grandma's Porch with Dianna Brianne Fairchild and Dianna Brianne Fairchild. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. So from Grandma's Porch to wherever you're at, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.